Hi everyone, Grant K here for the Flame Premium Learning channel. In the previous video, we went through the timeline-centric workflow in Flame Premium. We also looked at the differences between batch and batch effects. But I'd like to reiterate that all the data is interchangeable between the timeline-centric workflow and the batch-centric workflow. In this video, we're going to expand these concepts and see how the Flame 2016 products grow the desktop with multiple batch groups. Now, there are two situations where this can occur. You can simply create a new batch group or load an existing one. So if you are working inside the batch group and you press the New button, a new batch group is created. Looking at the media panel, you can see the new batch group and you can give it a name. This batch group will have the same number of schematic and shelf reels set out in the Preferences menu. Unlike previous versions of Flame Premium that only supported one batch per desktop, Flame Premium 2016 does not delete the previous batch group. You do not lose any work by creating multiple batch groups. The focus is simply switched to the newly created batch group. If you switch between batch groups, just toggle the batch group icon. The highlight in the icon tells you which batch group you are looking at. If you're looking at the timeline view, you can also use the eye icons in the media panel to switch between the groups. Or even if the media panel is not visible, you can use the eye pull-down menu on the bottom reel to switch between groups. Coming back to the batch creative area, the other option worth mentioning is that you can hold the arrow pull-down menu next to the New button and you can duplicate an existing batch group. For instance, you may want to build up a shot in separate stages with batch groups. These options open up a lot of workflow choices. The other situation of working in multiple batch groups is just by loading them. So if you saved a few batch groups into the library, you can just click and drag the batch group into the desktop. It doesn't matter if you drop the batch group into the timeline area or batch area. The batch group will be loaded in the media panel and the focus will switch to the newly loaded batch group. So by dragging the batch group entry into the desktop, a separate batch group will always be created. However, if you wanted to append or replace the nodes from one flow graph into another, you need to expand the batch group in the library. Instead of dragging the batch group entry, you can drag the batch setup or iteration to the current batch group, and you will be prompted for an action. This makes it really easy to interact between batch groups and share various components. Just remember that dragging sources between different batch groups, as well as real groups in the desktop, will move and not copy the media. To copy the media between various components on the desktop, hold Shift-Alt and copy the clip. So the desktop can grow whether you're using batch groups to work on multiple shots, or multiple batch groups to build up one particular shot. Each job you do in Flame Premium will probably be very different. But let me give you a generic workflow example of how you could use the desktop. So I have a Reels group in my desktop that contains my master sequence. The Reels groups are detached from batch, so they can store anything not related to the compositing tasks. So they're good for sequences, mastering, and versioning work. Now I have a few batch groups in the desktop, but the focus is on the Reels group so that I can see the sequence in the Reels. Switching to work on any batch group will change the focus, and now you can't see the sequence in the Reels. But to view the sequence as an overall context in the desktop, you can pin the particular reel containing the sequence. So irrespective of the batch group, you will always see your master sequence in the pinned reel. And with the master edit always visible, all creative and editorial operations work as well. You could perform swap shots or replace from the various batch groups, or even use batch effects for further VFX work. As I said, this is one way to work with multiple batch groups and Reels groups. You can hide reels as well as pin reels from different batch groups to share elements and more. I am sure you will adapt whatever works best for you. One key aspect to keep in mind is that as more batch groups are opened, more memory is occupied by various components. So to prevent performance and memory issues with multiple batch groups, you can close a batch group in the desktop using the contextual menu. The batch group structure collapses in the media panel and any used memory is freed. This is the same principle that was previously implemented in the libraries. Opening and closing libraries where needed will help you better manage your system's memory. As a final tip, if you have a batch group collapsed but not closed and you exit the Flame products, the next time you open the software, the batch group will be closed until you open it by expanding the structure. In the next video, we turn our attention to loading and saving the desktop, as well as loading and saving various components to meet your working style. Comments, feedback, and suggestions are always welcome and appreciated. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the Flame Premium Learning channel for future videos.